Our friends at Local Environmental every Friday give us a chance to blow off a little bit of steam, you know? They give us a chance to sort of tap into some of the news cycle or maybe just something you see around you and to comment through this big bullhorn. These are emails that we've received to talk@ryanjesperson.com. It's a Friday tradition we call Trash Talk. All right, this one from Stephanie, who says, I love Stephanie. Dear Ryan, on the subject of Jagmeet Singh and politicians being held responsible for actions in person, in broad daylight, on our city streets and in our neighborhoods, let me be clear. I think all elected officials and those running for office should have their feet held to the fire. For sure, they should and do have to answer for the decisions, their opinions. They should have to face the public. They should have to face scrutiny. They should see the faces of the people they affect with their choices. They should be, at times, made to feel uncomfortable when faced with the raw emotions of the folks who disagree with them. They should be made to feel the full extent of what they've created, whether that be anger or frustration. But make no mistake, what happened to Jagmeet Singh on the streets of Peterborough, Ontario this week was disgusting. I'm a conservative. I'm a proud woman of faith. I'm opinionated. I'm a mother who leaned in and supported the Freedom Convoy at times in the beginning, although the length of that standoff made me feel uncomfortable. I believe in free speech, less government oversight, and the power of the people. What concerns me is the tone and the behavior of the people who clearly have issues with Mr. Singh and how they went about voicing those concerns. Politicians need to be able to walk the streets and not face abuse, ridicule, and I know it didn't come to this time, but violence. I can see a time in the future when elected officials simply opt to stay home or stay in their offices out of fear for the public, when security or bulletproof glass separates us from each other when we're debating. This is not the Canada I want for my children. This is not the Canada I grew up in. This is not how we treat human beings, no matter our differences. My stomach turned when I watched the video on your show yesterday, and I felt for Mr. Singh, even though I don't agree with his policies. Less division, more debate, safe debate, open debate, and respect for each other. We won the life lottery, being born or having moved to live permanently here in Canada, and we're pissing it away, all for the reward of what? And I told you so? Stop acting like kids, stop pretending to be mercenaries in the streets, and let people live their lives free of fear. Full stop. That from Stephanie. I love that one. How about this from Leland? Leland says, I'm one of those non-hyphenated conservatives that Jean Charest talked about in the leadership debate this week. I was there for what it's worth. But I have to say, I walked out of that room with less confidence, not more, in the future of the party. I know I should expect some sniping and some toe-to-toe moments, and that's fine. Actually, that's one of the best parts of a debate, but I do feel like points are being scored for the wrong stuff. While a lot of the comments closer to bang on are being met with silence or very little enthusiasm. I fear we're taking a couple options for leader that could be decent and give us a fighting chance in the next election and tossing them out in favor of a soundbite factory that may be great at selling memberships but might not be so great at actually running a government. And I hate to see it after these past few performances during federal elections. That from Leland. Monica says, so Brian Jean and his team believe that Jason Kenney's team is up to its old shadiness again, allegedly purchasing thousands of memberships with just a few credit cards so the leadership review can be stacked in the Premier's favor. Count me among the hundreds of thousands of Albertans who will have no problem believing we can trust the integrity of this leadership review about as much as we can trust the integrity of the man being reviewed, which is about as much as I can trust my 8-year-old to stick to fruits and vegetables and not candy when he's in charge of snack time, which is not a lot. Yet we all sit here and watch. We trust the process. We cross our fingers for checks and balances. Really? It makes a person want to just stop caring, which is what they want, which is why I won't. Have a great weekend, Real Talkers. That from Monica. Love it. Coming up early next week, we're going to get back to news of the day. This is the news that we know that you're expecting on Real Talk. We're going to talk to Kevin Royal, who's sending $1 million worth of emergency aid equipment over to Ukraine. Plus, we're going to get into other stories that you're paying attention to, updates on the news that matters most, so you can have Real Talk with your friends, informed, opinionated talk that moves the dial. Have a safe weekend. Thanks for participating. Send us an email anytime to talk@ryanjesperson.com, and one love.